you
exactly.
know. And
This is hip hop.
I
Sorry.
don't know, man. Like, trying to keep this shit alive. And 2025, we have some big plans. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
we're going to talk
Who
about
knows?
that.
You guys might see me, down in South America. You never know, man.
Damn, damn. So let me start with something else then. Let's go
What, you're gonna
with
start with something
yeah,
else?
yeah, because we are going to reach that point. So first of all, I would like you to talk about Almidan battles and this
Oh,
this term sajal, right?
ooh,
Yeah. So
ooh! I like this interview, man. Let's go, Thomas, man. All right, man.
let's
Listen,
go.
bro. Should call you Thomas now.
Yeah, Tomás.
Oh my God. Listen, man. Almidan was like inspired from like a rooted bloodline thing that I have, where I have people that freestyle in my bloodline that go back hundreds and hundreds of years, like on both sides of my family. They used to insult each other with rhymes. Oh, you look like this and you look like that. But it was like more, you know, it was more casual. Like that's what the Zajal is. It's not as offensive, but it's still competing with somebody and you're telling them I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like battle rap, you know what I mean, with rhymes. So Zajal is like, and it comes from Al which was originally like offensive rhyming. So like it went from offensive rhyming like 1,000 years before my fucking my direct ancestors were doing it. You know what I mean? And then my ancestors started doing it, and all the way up until now, I still have like 80-year-olds in my family who do it. You know what I mean? And now we have little kids who do it. Like my whole entire mom's side of the family do it. You know what I mean? Like I have like 50 rhymers in that family, bro. They all rap, but they don't rap. They just rhyme. So like we have this thing like, and they rhyme a cappella, which is amazing. So like, so so we have this thing in our blood, and I think around the time I went and I seen the Philippines thing, and I seen that they had this whole thing in their own language, and even seeing battle rap in Spanish is like also another like type of influence to me, like being like, damn, we need to have Arabic shit. So when I first came back from there, I started the first original league with one of my partners called the Arena, and then that kind of didn't go anywhere. So when I came back, I was kind of just revisiting all like, because it was really a personal thing for me that I didn't want anybody involved with to begin with, because they didn't understand how deep this was. You know what I mean? Like I would
Yeah.
dream about having like an Arabic league and like us doing it in Arabic. Like it was not a real thing. I would just dream about it. I would hear like punchlines in Arabic and shit. And so when we finally did it, so like when I came back, I you know I incorporated the midan. The midan in Arabic, the word midan means the battlefield, but also the midan, ironically, is where we grew up as kids in Lebanon, and we used to play football. You know what I'm saying? And it was our football field, our family neighborhood football team that we used to play against other neighborhoods. They would come in busloads up to the midan. They would come up in their buses like from other towns and play against our fucking family, because we had like such a huge family. We had a football team, and the fucking Midan, the actual like patch of land that was like empty, we used and turned into like a football field. You know what I mean? And people used to park there. Like all the families used to park there. But when we'd have games, we wouldn't let nobody park. Like we would take over the we pissed the whole family off. We wouldn't let nobody do shit. We would be running things. We'd have football games like in our heads. We were like FIFA players. We would bring coaches and fucking none of this shit was sanctioned. It was just all street shit. And busloads would come and drop people off, you know. But even more crazy that on that place that we used to play football was the Midan, where the whole entire mountain, there used to be battles against the colonizers, the French colonizers that invaded and tried to take over our land, were fought off and fucking killed in that same fucking patch of land. So like the patch of land is a Midan, called the Midan for a reason. It was called the Midan because it was a real battlefield. And then we called it that as kids because that's what they always called it. So we became the Midan team. That was the name of our soccer team, our football team.
Yeah, let's call it football, please.
Yeah, of course. So when I came back there, I just all my childhood came back together, and like the whole Midana idea was just that I would encompass the football, the war, the fighting the colonizers off, the DNA of the rhyming into this battle league. You know what I'm saying? And like that's really what that battle league is, bro. And it's a slow start, and I'm dropping another video in like 2 days, and then I'm dropping my battle on New Year's, like right after I battled the Israeli dude on the
Great,
29th.
great.
So So I'm battling him and ANUBUDZ, that's his name. And then like when I battle this guy on the 29th, on the 31st, I'm gonna drop me versus Mahmoud Hussein, which was the Egyptian battle. And
Exactly.
the Almidan event that I did, for those who don't know, was an all Arabic battle rap event where I headlined, and I got three other battles where I brought some up and comers from Lebanon to give them a shot, and I flew in Egyptians and a Palestinian guy and a dude from Libya, so we could do an international. It was an international event. It was like
Crazy.
a Middle Eastern World War type of thing. You know what I mean? So
Crazy.
we did like Lebanon versus Egypt, and then Palestine versus Egypt, and then Lebanon versus Libya.
Libya.
You know what I mean? So it was more like Lebanon versus everybody, and we had a Palestine versus Egypt on there because sadly we didn't end it. We're not going to end up dropping that. That was supposed to be the crazy one because Palestinians and Egyptians have so much to say to each other. So we wanted it to be this crazy political moment during the war when all the shit was happening between Israel and Palestine and Egypt was involved. Like, so we felt like it would be a great moment to have like a crazy debate, and basically they didn't do good at all. They fucked up and they folded under pressure, and so I'm not putting
That's a
their
bummer.
battle out. But you know what I mean. We still salvaged three battles from the event, and we're just going to continue slowly build. It's just the start, you know what I'm saying, and that's what El Midan is, bro. And it's just me independently gaining my freedom back in the battle scene over there because I involved the wrong people I was dealing with at the time, bro. And I involved, when I say wrong people, I don't want people to think I'm sitting here talking shit and like trying to put dirt on people. The best way I could say it is people that didn't really have their heart and love it. The people that don't love battle rap and rhyming truly love this shit. Like, you know what I mean? You can't involve people that don't truly love this shit because at some point they're just not going to be what you're looking for, and they're
Exactly.
they're going to do stuff that's against the grain. And you know what I mean, I'm obsessed with this shit. The whole idea of it I came up with laying in bed, you know what I'm saying, fantasizing about this shit for years before it came to fruition, you know what I mean, like when I left Philippines in 2013, you know what I mean.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I just think like the international thing is my thing, bro, and it's always going to be that. And there's so many different dimensions of it coming people are not ready for. I'm just getting started, bro.
M-
Watch.
Man, and
Watch.
I don't know if you are aware, but this interview, well, people has been waiting for this interview for 2 years since you battle like Assassino,
Oh man,
and
I love you guys, man.
you are like the icon from abroad for all the Spanish speaking countries.
Oh
So
man, you
this is
guys
very
are amazing,
important, man.
bro. I appreciate
Yeah,
that, man. Shouts out to everybody that's watching this shit, man.
thank you, man. So let's go with our upcoming battle on GTX, your own
So
league as well.
the upcoming battle, I've been trying to set up a battle for like a year before I went back to Lebanon. The war started, and like I just had a lot of shit to get off my chest. So me and this guy named Kosher Dills were supposed to battle.
Yeah,
Suddenly, he backed out of the battle and started lying online about us not really having the battle set up. He had us working and doing all this extra shit for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And
that's fucked up.
it was a pretty sour moment. And then like he started pushing propaganda for their government, and they were retweeting his stuff. And then he pulled out of the battle, and then I was just hearing they were in his ear. And so I looked at it as an attempt to silence me and stop me from like getting across the point I wanted, because that's the only way to really stop what we're doing. And we're used to it because as like you know people that resist and like just don't accept the status quo and accept like fucking what's happening, we're gonna be labeled like that, you know what I mean, and we're gonna be silenced and all that shit. So I kind of went back to Lebanon after that, in February, and I stayed there for like almost a whole year, and shit was just getting bad over there. I witnessed a lot of shit go on, and once I left, they literally bombed my neighborhood and fucking just wiped out a bunch of shit. And now I'm here, and it's like my I started just growing more resentful, and I started just looking back on this guy not doing the battle. So I tried to set it up again, and he's still just playing the same old games. So this idea of this new guy popped up, who's his actual friend too, and he actually lives in Canada, but he's Israeli, and he's like a proud Zionist battler and rapper. He's the only person that I could think of, you know what I'm saying, that would be the perfect person for me to battle. And this is the only place, again, what we were talking about, how it's an educational thing, and this is the only place where you're going to see this happen, where a real fucking debate's going to
For
happen in
sure.
front of people live with no fucking censoring, nothing, and we're going to fucking walk away from it. Nobody's going to hurt anybody, nobody's going to do shit, everyone's going to be safe. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to get both of our messages across, and that's it. You know what I mean? And like, and it's going to be a big moment because, I think this is a needed thing to be talked about, and a lot of people just, you know have frustrations that they haven't been able to voice out, especially online. You know what I mean? So battle rap is one of those ways where we could get that shit across artistically, creatively, and have an educational purpose to the actual battle. Back to the purpose thing we were talking about.
Exactly.
Again, rewinding to actual having purpose. This battle like makes me feel complete. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, so and I can't I can't explain to you a more vital, like I can't describe a more important battle
I imagine.
for
I
me,
imagine. Yeah.
for my people, for just what I've been through. Like I've spent most of this year crying, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so we're absolutely destroyed, where I'm heartbroken. I'm battling like all it's the first time I'm gonna be battling with this much anxiety and fucked up in the head, but I'm gonna try to keep it under control and just not get emotional, even though it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be
I've
tough.
never
Yeah.
like I battled Iron Solomon, but like me and Solomon were cool, and I just that was just the angle in the battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But this
This
is
is kind
different.
of different, and
Yeah.
like back then, it wasn't bad like this. You know what I mean? It hadn't gotten this bad. It was always bad with
Exactly.
them, but it was still not that bad to where it affected our every fucking day life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and now it has. This whole year has been reshaped by this shit
Exactly.
for us. Everybody else has been able to live their life normal. We can't, bro. Everything's fucked up for us. I don't know what to do. I was supposed to build a company in Lebanon. That's what the Midan shit was. Supposed to do a couple events. I was supposed to still be there right now. You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna come back till around this time. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit just got so difficult. I didn't even leave because of the fucking situation. Like, I left because it got so difficult to make anything happen. Because even when we were setting up the battle, bro, I threw that event during the middle of an active fucking threat on the city. You know what I mean? Like, literally, they were bombing the South and talking about bombing where we were, and I'm flying in a bunch of people from other countries, and they're asking me on the phone, like, bro, we're flying into a fucking war. Like,
That's crazy, man.
and like I'm throwing an event in the middle of a war. I had some people tell me, "Oh, only 200 people showed up to your shit." That's a lot for us having to show up in a fucking middle of a fucking war where there's
Exactly.
no economy, and the tickets weren't cheap because we needed to pay for mad shit.
Yeah.
The tickets were like, for them it was $30 was a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, it was a crazy situation, and like they reshaped everything. Like I can't continue over there right now. There ain't shit going on. Like there's no money, there's no real opportunity. Like I have to go there to spend money and sit around. Like, and it's just they fucked up everything, and just I'll hope for tourism next year over there. Next summer hopefully the tourism will be back, and then we'll just boom that shit again. But it's like
And
this whole year was reshaped by this fuckery, and I
what
pretty much got some shit to say about it in 2 weeks.
and what
December 29th, man, GTX Battles live stream. Watch it live stream on GTX Battles free, and there's a worldwide schedule on Mr. Disaster on Instagram. Mr. Disaster, you'll see the schedule for all the
exactly.
countries that you're in worldwide. You can see the time that it's happening. It'll be 1 p.m. California time. So adjust it to whatever country you're in, and you'll know what time to watch it live. It's gonna be fucking crazy.
Exactly, exactly. I will leave all the links and all the information in the description as well.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, great. No, it's going to be huge. In fact, just wondering, what would you think that is going to be like the aftermath of this battle, or what would you
I
like to
don't
be?
know.
What would you like
I
to be?
think that I think the people are gonna love it that are there. Um, I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he's gonna be able to do shit, and I just hope he does good, because like he's really confident, and they're like, that's good, but I've seen that shit before. Like I've seen when people are like super confident and they're just like, oh, it's about to be over for you. It's like, man, when I hear that shit, I just know it's just not gonna be like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm more worried when someone is quiet. You know what I mean? When someone starts saying shit like, bro, you have no idea what's about to hit you, and it's like it's like so like I don't know what the result's gonna be as far as the battle itself, but as far as like how it hits the internet, I think people are it's gonna go viral for sure. I think like people are gonna fucking love it, and that's what we want it to do. We want it to go as viral as possible because people need to see this type of fucking debate. There's no other
Exactly.
version of it anywhere.
Exactly.
There, you're not gonna see this happening. Like no holds bar, two people going at each other and just a whole crowd of people sitting there quiet and watching live in real time. No fixed shit. No fucking looking at your notes. No fucking pausing and fucking asking questions. None of that. It's just strict fire from both sides, and that's it. Whoever has the bigger flame wins. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. Wish you the best, and I commend you on that because it's
I
crazy that
appreciate you.
you all did all of this. So I have one more topic and then a few questions, and we're done. So let's go with the other topic. And people have been waiting 2 years for this. So let's talk
Okay.
about your battle versus Asesino.
Yes.
Tell me, how did you come up with this
Respect.
idea? And how